In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the one-of-a-kind, classical, antique J.M. Brunswick and Balke Co. Monarch Cat's Paw Edition. How do we rate pool tables? At Ledford Billiard Supply, we use a clear, simple system to break down every review. We rate each table in 5 key categories: build quality, ease of assembly, aesthetics and features, brand review, and value. Each category gets a score from 1 to 10, adding up to a total of 50. Higher scores mean better quality, better experience, and better value. Now let's see how this table stacks up. Don't forget to subscribe for more pool table in-depth reviews. All right, so jumping right into the build quality, you could imagine with how old this pool table is, the build quality that has stood the test of time. This dates back to the 1960s, well, 1860s, think about that. It's over 150 years old. So when I look at these legs, everything's solid wood, cast iron. You've got solid wood rails, solid wood aprons. The marqueterie in this is hand inlaid, absolutely beautiful. Iron feet on the cat's paw. You can see the cracking in the wood. You can imagine for 150 years old, how many times this has been put together, taken apart, moved, stored, disassembled, put back together. And for it to remain in this type of shape is just amazing. So obviously for those reasons, there's only really one score we can give it. And it's a 10 out of 10 on the build quality. All right, for the second part of the review, obviously we get into the aesthetics and features of this table. This is going to be a very classical design. Again, we're dating back over 150 years. Marqueterie designs, ivory inlay for the sides, real genuine ivory. Like I mentioned earlier, the marqueterie, the iron feet, the mix between black and gold matched with the beautiful wood. I mean, this thing you would think could fit in the White House. So for the aesthetics and features on this table, it's all the legs have dowels also, so there's not a ton of bolts and screws built into this thing. It's a 10 out of 10. Now to what the installers want to hear about. How easy is this thing to put together? You'd be surprised. I think this is easier than some of the new tables today, and I'll tell you why. 4 pieces of slate. It's a 9-foot table. Super easy to carry the slate. Everything's pretty much wood dowels in the legs. You've got 4 bolts in the legs. Everything comes apart. Very easy to carry, very easy to install. The only thing about this table that I would say is due to the age, it is such a liability to take it apart and put it together because you don't want to make a mistake. Any mistake devalues this table. So only for that reason would I ever lower the score. But considering just how easy this thing is to work on, the pockets bolt in from the bottom, as most of you may know. It's got wood backing on the slate. The slate screws are super simple and easy. They've got center screws for the slate, very common with old house and pool tables. It's a 10 out of 10 for the ease of assembly. I have to say, it's pretty simple. Now, to the most important part of the review, what everybody really wants to see. What's the value for your money when you're looking at buying a pool table like this? This pool table right now we have listed at $150,000. That seems extreme, but I want you to think about something. The original buyer of this table paid $325. That value for your money, that appreciation, that level of quality, you can't really find that anywhere else. So for those reasons, the value for your money is a 10 out of 10. All right, now to the brand review. So it's kind of a cool piece of history. Brunswick's 180th year is this year. This is technically a Brunswick pool table. The J.M. Brunswick and Balke colander would be the official brand for this specific table. But you could imagine any company that's lasted 180 years has to have a great brand. Every one of you know who's watching this video have heard of Brunswick. The brand review obviously is a 10 out of 10. So obviously every category got a 10 out of 10. It's very hard to find a perfect pool table, but for the history that's built into this, there's only a couple other pool tables I think that could even get close to this. It's obviously a 10 out of 10. It is a perfect pool table. Of a score to 50, this is a 50 out of 50. I can't find anything wrong with this table. The only thing that I think is more cooler than the table is the games that have been played on it. You have to think back in time, over 150 plus years, who's played on this table? Let's go back to the 1860s and the Civil War era. Who even had the money to buy this pool table? You got to think these had to have been some giants of our country. And with everything made in America, the slate, the wood, the marqueterie, I can't think of a better looking pool table. It is, in my eyes, a perfect pool table.